I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow their citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us.
And I guarantee you, when we finish, there will not be a winner or the loser. Today we all wear the jersey of Liberia, and the victory belongs to the people, to the peace and to our democracy. As we begin to build upon the foundation of this new Liberia, I, George Fote-Klon Jirale Bakugbe Tape Malewia, the new president, will first give thanks and praises to the Almighty God for the blessing He has bestowed upon our country. And I say, my people, thank you, Yah.
The supporters of His Excellency Joseph Boakai presents him as a poor man from Lofa, and I said that he will understand the plight of the poor people. Fellow Liberians, do not be fooled. Vice President Boakai is not poor like you, not even as me. As Vice President, his office received more money. His office received more money from the government budget than any other Vice President has received in Liberia's history. He has enjoyed some of the best and most lucrative government jobs. Minister of Agriculture, Ambassador, Managing Director of LPMC, at the time when LPMC had money, and several other positions. First President Boakai might have been poor a long time ago, but today he is among the richest 1% of Liberians who are enjoying the best of this country.
That led to decades of war still run deep. But so too does the longing for reconciliation. A reconciliation defined not by political bargaining or by an artificial balance of power by tribe, region, religion, or ethnicity, but by the equality of opportunity and a better future for all Liberians.
I'm extremely happy to be in the United States of America, long considered the lands of free and the home of the brave. My visit here today is a response to the kind invitation extended me by President Ronald Reagan, a man of abiding courage, strong will, and foresight. As you know, Liberia and the United States have a long and historic friendship which spans more than 150 years.
Man, you have to respect her.
what I call sort of vicious lie about the fact that Mr. Kobe is gay or bring gay lifestyle to Liberia is complete bullshit. When people can accuse you of stealing people's money, when they can accuse you of being involved in the war, anything, people don't make up stuff. They don't make up shit. Excuse my language, right? So it's complete nonsense. I mentioned earlier, I don't know if I'm sure you were here, right? You playing the game, right? I'm married to Teresa, 2 children, 5 grandchildren. I believe in traditional family values, so it's complete bullshit, complete nonsense.
I resigned May 11. When on the start of the new session, after the president of Liberia, after our Supreme Court victory for us, and the president made his now famous speech that they will continue to work with the so-called majority, even before defining what that majority was going to be, because we're going into a new session. We decided that to avoid the continuous confrontations and acrimony at the legislature, we decided to step aside. So we resigned. They never got the votes to try us or remove us, and we maintained they would not have gotten the votes. There is a reason why the Constitution requires a supermajority, and if we wanted to go by the rule of law, and we should go by the rule of law, 49 votes were required. That was never attained, so we resigned.
I'm too hard on the CDC. You know, it's for reasons sometimes, Carol. The big ball that CDC dropped, it was right, one of it was right in Nimba. My brother, let me tell you something. There's nowhere in the world where hundreds of candidates participate in the election. And in the second round, only 2%. And the number of vote cast in the second round is more than the first round. It's not possible. That's what happened in Nimba.
He is adjusting. Watch this moment without any commentary. It's going down. First blow. There you have it.
Because the party felt betrayed. The Salif-led administration was splashing jobs and cash and political cohesion, arresting our people arbitrarily, putting them behind bars. The CDC got challenged. We braved the storm. We challenged the status quo. We never surrender. The first 6 years we never surrender. 12 years we never surrender. And this party will never, with emphasis, ever surrender to the evil forces. By 2011, 3 of our soldiers were executed on this party ground. 2 at the back and 1 right at the headquarters. The man who shot and killed our people today is a darling boy in the Liberian National Police. They brought him back to shoot more guns. Get ready to shoot. Because we challenge the status quo appropriately. Kuma was murdered on this battleground. The boy was killed.
I want to say good evening to all. Today will be a bomb blast. I will soon be joined by our friend from BANA FM, Winston Bladen. We'll also be joined by our friend Abraham William from Kings FM. You all know it, the teacher from Kings FM. We have a big blast today. We have Benedict, we have Benedict Cordoba, we have Dell Francis on the show. We have Garrison Yeru, we have Randa Dubayu, you have me, and we have a crack team. We have other people calling in. So it will just be a big team today. The other people will soon be coming on. Winston will be on, like I said. So Winston, let me say, I think we have Winston already. Winston, I hope I'm not taking you by surprise. Okay, when you get set, I will bring you on the stage. So that welcome our people, Serena Johnson, Jujit, Likpele, Bendu Kamara, Jimmy, Abraham, Fabin, Fodi, Tracy, what's up? Wemon Lee Makrete, Movie Masale, how are you, Prince Bill, Yellow, Bob Jacobs? You all are welcome to this all important live. Please share the live. Just share the live. Keep sharing. Elijah B, Damian Gono Flomo. Today will be on a few radio stations across the country. The country will be locked down on our voices. You know, A.B. William will be here. From Kings FM. Like I said, our friend from BANA FM 98.5. BANA FM, Kings 88.5. They will be relaying it across the country. This is big. And our friends from Nimba County will also be relaying for all, and that of in Bon County will be relaying. And we are hoping that it can be relayed in Lofa County also. So Sharif Conan, Fam Bobo, Onis, Jeremiah, Gideon, Mohammed, Kemuka, Emmanuel Bro. What's up, Emmanuel Charles? How are you? Lawrence Swag, Gabriel, Elijah, Jacqueline, Asata, Emmanuel, Sunday, what's up? Great man from Perry Street, Mancheme, Steven Yanko, what's up, man? Mohammed Kamara, Aliu, Tom Logan, Sharif Conan, Agatha Glasgow. Hi, you mama from RIA. So we have, Dell, if you're listening to us, your camera is now on, so recheck your camera. You can come back, so you need to recheck your camera, Dell. Please share, just keep sharing the live. That's what we want. We just want you to share and share sufficiently. You know, this is a new platform, but our friends, Ayuba, how are you, Bobby? So let me see whether my friend Winston Bladen is ready. Oh, Winston gone off again. Oh, yeah. Harrison, Jordan, Zakba, Lucky, Romeo, Steven, Zara, Iku, Sankale, Mohammed, Zolu, Abraham, Beatwa, from EW, Docas, Bede, from the USA Phonex, Tom Logan, Emmanuel, Good With Us, Pangba, from Pins Reed, Prophetic James Conan, Sheriff Conan, Ayuba, will see you, Bobby Coley, watching from France, Joseph Moivi, Zakba, Standard Sharif, we got you there. Movi Masale, we got you there. Saturday, would do well, watching from Atlanta, Georgia, Jackson Alpha. So yes, we are hoping that we can get, okay, we got Winston, you're loud and clear, Winston. We need to get AB and the other people will join us later on. You know, I usually try to recognize our people. So Winston, you can read from your stuff and recognize your people. For a few minutes as you get yourself set up. This is Winston Bladen from BANA FM 98.5. They cover nothing less than 5 to 6 counties across Liberia. Victor, Awolowo Poja, Kelvin Newman, how are you? Jacqueline Washington, Asara Kane, Emmanuel Bro, Honorable Moses Rex Tonya, Elston Whistle, the legend Whistle, Abraham, how are you? Jimmy Doe, Vanning Kruman, Arthur Scott, The Siki Dash, Richard Holder, Legend Live, Washington, Massachusetts, Boston, USA. Yeah, we got all people all around the world watching. We got people from Morocco, people from Beijing, China. We got people from Australia, Patrick Peterson, how are you? Elijah B, Christine Ne, Maya Zawi, how are you? Elijah Rabos, Elder Rabos, I mean. Abraham Buga, Nyem Masakoy, Don Mentor, William Sando, Doris Smith from Massachusetts also. We got somebody watching from Nema District 7. So we just got people from all across the world. Today is Pike. I see a lot of people. So Dell, I don't know what is happening to him. Can you, Winston, can you get AB William and find out what is happening?
Okay, let me check it off on the back quick.
Yeah,
why you recognize?
Okay, yeah. Gentlemen, it's big tonight. Elvis Yuri, how are you? Prince Taplane, T. Max Red, Zuckerberg Red, District 13. You guys are live on BANA 98.5. Don't worry, we will be. Lawrence Facoli, Douglas Beatty, Don Mena, yeah, Abraham, Morovia, Liberia, watching from GSA Road, you're watching from Pennsylvania on our YouTube channel. Nyam Masakoy, Uman Ben Silla, Gabriel Woman on our Israel, T. Sewon, Emmanuel Goddess, Stephen Toba, Abraham Lawrence, Quincy Ella, Zara, Godwin Obe, Yasa Bien, Ali Kruman, Laketanu, Botolo, Moses Kier, Ayuba Kaba, Sumo Harris. This is big. Keep sharing. You see the numbers are increasing. We are here and we're not joking. We're not going to make it listed tonight. We have Garrison Yeru on tonight. We have Dave Francis on tonight. Sheikh Umaru, how are you? Benedict Renning, Armstrong Tuko, Steven Yankosh, John Sando Momo, let me see what it is. Yeah, we couldn't get that. Okay, Eto Gay, how are you? Douglas Biddy. Oh, come on. Benedict Rennie, no force tonight, man. Sheikh Umaru, Steven, how are you? John Sando Momo. My family didn't see those that was given of the full assistance. Yeah, your family didn't see them, but that's life. So we are here. Winston?
I'm right here, General. I'm right here. As I got somebody asking me where is the representative of District 9? You in contact with him?
We gotta get in touch with all of them. Did you talk to AB?
I tried reaching up. Perhaps he's setting up.
Yeah,
try reaching up. Perhaps he's setting.
Yeah, but you can go on be recognizing the people why. I see AB is trying to get on. Okay, AB.
Yeah.
The professor himself, the man is. I will take him by surprise so that people can see him. Eh? What do people see?
Violations grows daily, from police brutality against ordinary citizens to outright disregard of court orders. We must
King's Evan is in the building. We hear that voice.
In the interest of peaceful coexistence, I urge everyone to remain calm, law-abiding, and respectful of due process, despite this partisan political mischief from the Unity Party government. In the legal battle over the ownership of the CDC headquarters, our party has always followed the rule of law and openly stated its willingness to abide by the court panel ruling, regardless
I think General,
of the outcome.
you can mute
Yet,
him.
before the battle was fully exhausted, the Tricon Happy Partisans leadership of the police force, with direct instruction.
Yeah, he's still setting up. So we'll keep it in the back a little bit there. When you get ready, then we'll bring our man AB. Today
He put his notes together.
Nelson Cunningham, Arnold Taylor, Brown Deere, all the way from Arizona, USA, General Political Mentor of the Century, CDC all the way, Nelson Cunningham, Minju Dolly, Aliyu Masale from the USA, Maryland, Judas Davis, William Sandu. He said we should play Mr. Lion Man. He was about it here. All right, let me see what I can get at. You can, I think I can get Mr. Lion Man in the back playing, you know. So, but Winston, be going ahead. Let me see Winston.
We got people from the Holy City also that have monitoring us this morning from this evening from Jerusalem. They are joining us, watching. Lord Jilla, so watching you live from Sando County Electoral District, number 3. Dom Mentor, watching you from Nima County District 7. Mongo Roland, thank God for a successful sona by Your Excellency. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Wesley Peewee, watching for Cora Lofa County. Basement El Bad Jr., watching from Jerusalem. ICS Jar Jr., watching it says here for Liberia Live, General. Thanks for the job well done to the motherland. Watching the job well done. They say, so I'd like to welcome all of you to the show this evening. New Liberia right here. ICS Jar Jr. Greetings, General. It's good to have you. It's good to see you. Thanks for standing in the gap. Mohammed Jallo, how are you doing, General, this evening? Kai, how are you doing, guys? Kevin, wow.
Is freezing up. We'll get him back. We'll soon get him back. AB is setting up. Look, we just want you to keep sharing this live. It's very important. As soon as we get AB on, tonight we will go. I don't care what happened. We will get it. Tonight is a big night. It's a bombastic night. Okay. Somebody said we should play Mr. Lion Manu.
For what? I don't know. Oh, Mr. Lion Man.
Hey, Mr. Lion
Man. I didn't do the thing you say I do.
Listen to the song.
In my own country. They try to track me down. For what? I don't know. Oh, Mr. Lion Man. You know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Lion Man.
Yeah, man. The great artist in you.
Rastafari.
Mr. Lion Man.
King Selassie. Big up, Mr. Lion Man. Mr. Lion Man. Oh, Mr. Lion Man. Oh, Mr. Lion Man. You know I didn't do the thing you said.
I didn't do those things. Mr. Liar Man. God no, I didn't do those.
Wisdom. Are you getting the music?
Of course. that song is a very false song.
Garrison, are you getting the song, Mr. Liar Man?
Yes, sure. I'm enjoying it so much.
Mr. Liar Man.
Things. Mr. Liar Man. Mr. Liar Man. Rastafari no. I didn't do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. You know. A liar man. A liar man. A liar man. A liar man. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. You know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Rastafari. Big up.
I mean, I want to get out to dance, man, but it's not easy. Yeah.
That song is a very false song, Gerald.
Yeah, Teacher Light will soon be on. Suppose Teacher Light, how Teacher Light, Mr. Liar Man. Let y'all conclude it, Mr. Garrison. You like dancing,
Yes, sir.
wake up and dance. Let me see.
You think it's another time, man.
Josh you.
I am man. I didn't do it. I am man. Let judge you. So what you keep lying? Lie. You lie. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. I say you lie. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Mr. Liar Man.
So, boy, got lie today. That's what I'm trying to say. You lie, Mr. Liar Man. Boy, got liar man.
Hey, oh, Mr. Liar Man. You know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Jano. Rastafari no. I am man. I didn't do it. I am man. Let judge you. I am man. I didn't do it. I am man. Let judge you. Mr. Liar Man. Me not go burn you with no fireman. Me not go burn you by the fireman. Cover you a liar man, wicked man, bad man, foolish man. Mr. Liar Man, get away because me never love you. I say, oh no, Jaja, I go touch you. Cover you a liar man, wicked man, bad man, foolish man. I am man, I didn't do it. I am man. You ready boy now? I am man. I didn't do it. I am man. Let that touch you. Don't ever follow back on Mr. Liar Man.
Hey man, Mr. Liar Man, boy got a liar man. You know I didn't do the things you say I did.
In my own country, they trying to track me down. For what? I don't know. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, you know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man.
I think we need to start.
Sure.
Yeah. Come on, we gotta start. So I don't know what AB is on, but we're not getting AB. So AB,
Akaras Gray, are you getting me now?
Yeah, AB, come on, man. AB, I'm enjoying Mr. Liar Man.
Listen, are you guys getting me now?
You are very, very loud and clear on 98.5, baby.
All right, no problem. Yeah, I just wanted to be sure. Okay. Yeah, so I think the ever potent Councillor Garrison Dodo Yellow. That's up. How's everything?
Good, brother. We here. Council?
Yeah, Council.
We were just quoting saying last night, and everything we said came to fruition.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
We said nothing else than lie, 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 lie,
Mm-hmm,
lie. And that's what happened today.
Someone said the exam leaked. I don't know the test leaked or the exam leaked. Your spies.
I think they will be asking the inner circle how the test leaked.
Because the people know that the exam had no quality in it. So maybe somebody.
But that's very strange. Somebody needs to take the blame. Somebody needs to. They got to lose a job tonight. AB, imagine.
Wow.
In the midst of the president's speech, then it got released to the public. AB, it sounds strange. Even though they say we are never go, we are what days incompetent, but it never happened during the administration of President George. We are in the midst, in the middle of the annual message. It got leaked to the public. Imagine that.
So basically, I think what it means for us is that the guys, I don't know what were their issues or whatever it is, but like everyone else was giving their own sonar. Everyone giving their own sonar. So it's like it was lack of coordination, and that's specifically what we saw today. And we think it's something wrong somewhere. Something wrong practically somewhere for which we are having these kind of challenges.
One thing that happened today, the face of the vice president to most of the ministers who they were highlighting their progress, you could see the sourness and the bitterness in their faces. That how the old man get their figure and how he running with this. Because I looked out meetings from the public works minister to the health and other people. I say, yes, there is something that is actually happening. So you could see from their facial expression that they know that speech was a complete blast. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, I agree. Even though they were in the numbers, but the cheering squad wasn't ready there today, AB and Garrison.
No, but you don't certainly have to have a cheering squad, and that is where we felt that the president did not, or the organizers. Could we put it to the organizers of the SONA? Everything about the SONA was not too normal, and the part of the matter, even the post-SONA reactions, because like normally I've observed governments over periods. Whenever a president gave such a report, the aftermath of it can be felt in the communities where you see officials are all in the streets and there are various entertainment centers, and you see citizens are having these kind of conversations surrounding that in places. The entire street has gone quiet. That's one thing we've seen so far since this SONA. I have driven through the streets of Monrovia, going from place to place. Entertainment centers are very, very empty. And there's no reason to celebrate, because if you were to go there, people will bash at you. What are you people celebrating here? You know the kind of shameful thing, man. So you want to go sit in your corner, and I sit at your respective homes, and maybe just try to be on Facebook, purporting to be happy about what the president said. But it's too shameful and very disgraceful today, and owing to everything that happened today. And we think with God, God is trying to fight the battle of the Liberian people. That's what I posted on my Facebook page. I said, all I can say, my initial reaction to the president's SONA is that we agree. Because ever since we saw these things, prior to the 2023 elections, we highlighted all of these did the seats and all of the things we highlighted, the people said they agreed, agreed to them. So we just everything the president said, we agreed to it. And but we are here to critique it accordingly. Yeah.
Normally, right after the SONA, they always organize reception where they go and bake bread. Unfortunately, today, my reporter that I sent there, because I did not go myself, but the reporter that I sent there told me that most of the guests refused to go for that reception today. I don't know for whatever reason. At the end of the day, they allow the culture troop, the other people, the small town people, the social club, and the rest. They were the one who really enjoyed the meal today. I don't know for whatever reason, but the reception that was set up today, I can't know exactly what I'm talking about. He served as chair on executive. When the president gets you a message, followed by reception, where you see wines, non-alcoholic drink, the best of meals will be prepared. Unfortunately, today, AB, the garrison, the ministers of government, the rest of the folks refuse to eat that food today.
Why they refuse to eat it?
I'm telling you, you gotta report on that. Father for him. The food was left with the cultural truth and the ordinary people who pass by. It's like everybody felt disappointed within the government today from the look of things.
I think you're 100% right. I haven't been at the legislature and to do some coverage or to even attend any of the sonas. And what exactly you are saying? So it is Honorable Moses Akaras Gray and that of Garrison Yellow, who had been at the legislature. They know and the pre and post sona activities and relating to what it is that will really unfold, especially leading to such an elaborate thing. Because it's like you are trying to give your report card. Now, giving your report cards, it goes with excitement. And in fact, the hall itself was not characterized by the excitement. And someone was saying that, oh, the president, it's not like the CDC that you will see red berets all over the place. But where the president is talking about job creation, you didn't expect people on ground to have celebrated, to know that they have gotten jobs from their president, they elected to power. These are things, these are all indicators that we had expected to have seen today, that we have characterized the SONA today. But again, this is Liberia, this is JMB. Everything they do is out of trickery, and everything is fake. And we think we have to really look at it from different perspectives and see how we move on. That's why we are here tonight, to grade you through what the entire SONA was about, what we sense from there. Most of you out there, you don't need to be told as to what this SONA was about, and it was all about lies and deception. This is something that we always knew was going to be the order of the day, especially when it comes to JMB and his team. So they are the one that posting things, but the kind of reactions they are getting under their posts. The comment sections are very blurry for the guy. The comment sections and from the various officials of government who are doing the posting. And I think the comment sections are very terrible. And you are not getting the best out of it. These are called terrible times. But again, we are here to give you the post-SONA analysis, to scrutinize what it is, to give you a panoramic look at what the president, we may not have all the time available in this world to touch on everything, but there are strategic issues that we're going to be touching on here tonight. And I think we are happy that we're together. We have Dale Francis Ray, and these are guys who are the engine, who are training the engine and the wheels of our economic growth. These were the guys who were in the back, the unsung heroes. When you heard that indeed Liberia could surmount all of the challenges during the COVID-19 period, and not using the COVID-19 period as an excuse, unless Joseph Boakai, who called donors draw down as excuses that he was trying to give for some of the challenges and setbacks they have. Unlike that, these were the guys that were there. We had legislative officials as well who were there backing the CDC administration and doing everything, stamping on the floor and battling against a very robust and of course cruel, unreasonable opposition and against the CDC at the time. So we have Moses Akaras Gray is here, and we have Garrison Dodo Yellow. He had been one man who understands legislative politics, the fireworks associated with politicking, and he's one man seasoned lawyer as well. He's also here with us tonight. We expect Benedict Koloba to join us right here tonight. These are all guys who will try to lead us through in what it is, their own understandings of what we are talking about. I may not know some of the things. They know the readings. They have been following it. They know what we should expect, what Liberians should have expected that they did not get. But prior to it, I don't think Liberians were disappointed. Liberians were not surprised. I think they knew exactly what they were going to get, and they got it. It was JMB and his team that had to surprise Liberian people, but they did not surprise them. They lived up to the expectation of the Liberian people. JMB delivered to the expectation of the Liberian people, and the receptions are all the expectations of the Liberian people. So, guys, time not on our side. We've gone 33 minutes already. Let me say hi to all of you, wherever you are joining us here tonight. The team will continue to crack on here tonight. Winston Bladding of BANA FM is also on the other side. So together we are going to host these guys together. And I hate for people to say old man can lie. I hate that. I don't know which one of the figurative expression is that. Akara's great. We want the figurative expression is say when they say the old man can lie. Old man can lie. Old man can lie. What is it?
It's an implied metaphor. The old man can lie.
Metaphor? Old man can lie.
It's metaphoric. No, but it's real. It's not rather a figurative expression. It's just the fact. Okay. No, seriously, it's a fact. It's not a figurative expression. You are saying exactly as it is. The man can lie. The man can steal. You know, you've been brutal. Okay.
Old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not polishing the voice. You're just saying it as it is. Yeah. So when the people say the old man can lie, that's the fight. Okay. The old man promised to dance with the devil. So it's not a strange thing. But like Winston said, after the State of the Nation address, when the president gets to again, the I should go down to the rotunda, okay, of the Capitol building to have the dinner after the entire program or supper. The president will speak, other people will speak there. The speaker, the pro tem, they will have a little program, and people will eat in the place there, and then the president will subsequently depart. But what Winston says then is disgusting, that they just allow the other people to just get in and eat properly because the State of the Nation was chaotic. Yeah, it was extremely chaotic. Extremely chaotic. So I try to bring Randall Dubayu on also because the difference is in and out. I don't know what is happening.
I don't know. Dale is in and out.
Maybe we'll get him on the line because we really need Dale and Benedict tonight. Yeah. I don't know what it is. Camera, so maybe we can get Dale on the line. Okay. Maybe he could call you and get him just on the line to participate.
Okay, so Rana is on. Yeah, Rana is on. And Rana, how you doing?
We got Ishaka Sharif. Yes,
I'm here, Abraham Goswin. I'm doing so well. I'm so sorry for my background. You know, I'm an environmentalist and an agricultural practitioner. I'm always in the field, somewhere deep in the field, working with engineers and farmers. You know, I'm fighting to make the world a sustainable place. So it's my background. I have to back and try to talk to you, but because this conversation is a very interesting conversation, and so I have to pack. I'm experiencing extreme weather event, but I have to pack, get in the back of my truck, and have this conversation because the Liberian must get the best of all, not the lies, not the deceit, not this honesty. Joe Boyka today, I bring him at the best liar of all time since 1857, and we must come to on this show. We are here to engage with our bare hands, you know.
Okay. All right. Isaka Sharif, what's up? How's everything with you?
Good evening. Good evening, AP. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Go on.
Yes, good evening to you. Good evening to Honorable Carlos, Moses, Talakai, Tomekai Gray, and a former distinguished lawmaker and also another former distinguished one, Councillor Garrison Yellow, BANA FM, Winston Bladding. Dubayu, all of you distinguished people on the platform, thanks so much for the opportunity to be here again tonight. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a huge pleasure to be amongst men and perhaps a woman who has not come here yet. So it's a huge opportunity to be represented tonight.
Okay. So thank you guys so far for being here. Before we can delve into the issues that we are here for, though we may not have the ample of time to deal with almost everything the president said, but there are several other things the president said today. So Winston and myself, we are here together so that we blend this idea so that our people have one and shopping shop and so that they can deal with, especially when it comes to the Sudan issue. Before we can get there, let's lay down the groundworks, especially leading to today's persona. And the events leading to the SONA and the preparations and everything. So I would like to just open the floor out now to Garrison and that for Gray. Gray, you guys have been at the level of the national legislature. Today is SONA. Now, prior to the SONA, we have heard a lot of issues in the legislature. It may have been rumors because nothing substantial have come up. Sometimes some legislators will put up threats that will not show up for SONA due to some lack of commitment on the part of maybe the speaker or so forth. These were news that we're hearing, and people said that the SONA were being boycotted by other officials as well. We did not see that. But when you look at the ground setting for the SONA, you people had ears on ground. What were your expectations leading to tonight? Let me say today's SONA. Garrison.
Well, for me, I never had any expectation. Like we said last year, that the president was going to say nothing more than lies, because obviously we have already preempted what they were going to say today, because we took the 2025 SONA, we digested it, and we analyzed it. And then coming to today, it's like, I don't know, those who wrote the speech, whether they were forgetting, because the projection of 2025 is completely contrary to what the president said today in several instances. So for me, I have no expectation. All we say is that another 2 hour waste of time. We will go and listen, because the people, they came to power on the basis of lies, and they will continue to propagate lies across this country. All we can do as opposition is that to erect the checkpoint so that the lies cannot slip in the ears of our people. And that's why we are here today. But we told the Liberian people last night that don't expect anything from this president, nothing new. They will be the same lies, but they will just paraphrase everything, nothing you're going to expect from them. Legislatively, so now,
Yeah, you are talking about legislatively. No, my question to you both is it possible for one to appear before the national legislature? Like, you people are always question people when you summon them. This is part of the summon. Constitutionally, there's a summon of the president for him to be summoned before the national legislature constitutionally. Now, he's not going there voluntarily. He's going there involuntarily, meaning the Constitution mandates that he must make an appearance before the national legislature and make a report. Such report, is it possible that it contains lies? And were that to happen, should people have fear appearing before the legislature to making a report and then lying bold-faced? Forget about the Liberian people out there. Bold-faced before the national legislature, the first branch of government, to appear there. And is there any way that one has to be prepared, very cautious, and very careful as to what they say before the men sitting right there in the joint chambers of the national legislature?
Well, Abraham, what thing should be strange to you? These people came to power on the basis of lies. And this president told the Liberian people that he would dance with the devil. Anybody who would dance with the devil, already you know. I mean, he pinned out one thing, sorry for it today, that he said. He said, because he started a whole speech about the arson attack on the Capitol. Then he said the case is at the Campbell, will make sure justice will prevail, blah, blah, blah. But he forgot to know that the state star winners for the state testify. And based on his testimony, they disband the juror, and then they say they want new trial. So the people who told the Liberian people for almost 1 year that they got prima facie evidence and conclusive, that the same people who when they say they're not satisfied with the juror that they selected. You know, the juror management team is completely headed by the very justice ministry. So when you come back to tell us that we will prosecute the people, it means it's just a political prosecution, is nothing serious. The other issue is that this president came to power on the day one of the first legislative agenda was the War and Economic Crime Code, for which in fact he issued an executive order to establish the War and Economic Crime Code. Now, since the death of my kinsman, Senator Prince Yomi Johnson, they torture him, they harass him with the War and Economic Crime Code because they knew that the only thing that he never wanted to hear. And he died. Now, in the SONA, you don't hear about War and Economic Crime Code. You understand? So, I'm just saying to you, there are a lot of things that they will not come out to say, but they know obviously that we said from the beginning, we knew that their president was lying. The statistics they were giving, You telling me now that the men that are cutting grass on my house are 70,000 employment, even though he can't cut grass or go to your house and wash your clothes, that they're employment there. So they don't care whether they're paying them $200 LD, $500 LD. People will pass around because they are starving, things are difficult, and they are going around to wash people's clothes. That employment for them. That's what they keep. So often what they both came to do is to rescue themselves, not to rescue the Liberian people, and to joke and make mockery of the Liberian people. And what the president did to this, very interestingly. Nothing much, nothing more. The other thing about the SONA today, it was completely disorganized. You go first, we saw the speaker, the deputy speaker, they arrived, they were doing inspection, all those things. It said they have work to do. Why you have the committee on rule of administration and the committee on the executive? And the people work to do. You have the protocol people. So even tell you that they were all disorganized, that was showmanship. They don't go there to show that we there, we observing, we seeing this, we seeing that. Look, people have to be serious in this country. And like Winston just said, you know what? Most of the international guests did not eat. They get left. The president himself, after he allowed the Liberian people, he was frustrated because women will know. Even Madame Salif, when she was speaking over there, will know when she telling people the factual thing, people can be clapping, you can see the celebration. But today, it maybe 5 or 10 people clapping, then it was actually enough. And on the faces of the official, it was very sour. This is where you know that this president is not in charge, and he got no clue about what is happening, and as such, anything they put on people to give him. Can you imagine a president after the single national anthem telling his security game and how the place hot? When you know the camera is on you. No, that on my note, that the first thing I talked today, he said, when I get my heart, they play hard, they put my hat on. Go back to the beginning, right after the singing of the playing of the national anthem. That's what you saw. He said security. So you got people from the diplomatic circle, they're sitting down there, and the president who's will be addressing the nation is firstly focusing on a hat, not the Liberian people. But you're telling the security, give my hat because the place is hot. So you already telling the Liberian people, oh yeah, you are in the 5 million level, so you're enjoying yourself. When the very place you're talking about out there, almost the 5.8 million people, they are always out there struggling to look for food. So you don't care about them. You say they are out there in hot area, and we supposed to be on AC. That's the message the president brought to Liberia today. Because that for me was the key thing I look at. But how would the president, in fact, on camera be talking this? So I'm just saying to you, Abraham, nothing we heard. The whole state of the nation, it was a state of confusion and deception. The state of the nation is crumbling. The economy is bad. Look, when the economy is good, my brother, you don't have to say it. You see it in the market. You will see it in Douala, you will see it in Rela, you will see it in Waterside. You will see it in Campley. You will see it in Bokunjila. You will see it in Grand Cape County. You don't need to boast about it. When the state of the nation is good, when the economy is good, you will see it. You will see it. This man can tell you the MDA is one of the biggest achievement. But the sad truth, legislatively, the president has not signed the budget. The budget at $1.2 billion budget. Like I was telling Winston, I said, don't mind. Now $200 million to put in that budget, we'll take it from there and redirect it again. Listen to what the president said today. They are going to send the budget quickly for recast. The budget is not even approved. Because you have not signed the budget into law. And now you say you're sending the budget back for recast. Can you imagine that? Look, we have to be very serious in this country. Nothing we expect from him today, and nothing he proved to the Liberian people. All we can tell the Liberian people is that, yes, they have made a mistake to have him to come back and rescue himself, because after 42 years, it was very difficult. They have rescued him. It's now time to say bye-bye and retire him, so that the men who have development in his heart, the men who knows about development, the men who are behind the storm, who understand the struggle of the masses, to come back and continue the good work he was doing. Nothing else we expect from him today. But legislatively, it was disaster. Nothing we could boast of today.
Wow. It was a disaster, nothing we could really boast up to it. Great. Let's get your take on it. I know you were sitting somewhere and listening. You listened to former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. You had an opportunity to listen to former President George Manuel Weah. Now today you have the third president to listen to, is His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai. But of those other two presidents, you were at the national legislature, except for Joseph Boakai, that you are outside of the legislature. That does not even include the fact that indeed you will still understand the workings and what it is. Tell us, what were your take and what have you seen so far and what happened today?
Maybe I was even there when Judy Bryant was interim head of State Republic of Liberia.
Okay, yeah, Judy Bryant, yeah. Okay.
Judy Bryant was interim head of State Republic of Liberia. All right, look, let's be blunt. From the onset of the organizational structure of the State of the Nation address, where lawmakers, somebody background got a little bit of problem. I don't know about that. They got to meet one of the microphones. I don't know who's that. Okay. So, look, if you look at from the onset of the State of the Nation address, the first thing is that the lawmakers themselves, the opposition lawmakers, started complaining that they were not provided invitation from the onset. Giving invitation to many lawmakers who are members of the ruling establishment. Who's that? Somebody background they got it. Yeah. Okay. So, are you getting me, AB?
Yeah, go on. We're listening. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing here I want to tell the public is that President Boakai is a pathological liar. The Constitution, Article 58, provides for two cardinal points: the state of the economy and the legislative agenda. Those are the two major thematic concerns. What is the president's major legislative agenda? The president claimed that he wants to fight and battle corruption. In the president's legislative agenda, he didn't speak about the issue of establishing the fast-track court that he has spoken about before. He refused to. This time, the president refused to talk about the issue of the establishment of War Crimes Code and Economic Crimes Code for Liberia. Prince Johnson is there. So the War Crimes Code gone down 6 feet or 12 feet along with Prince Johnson. That's the hypocrisy of establishing an economic or war crimes code we were targeting. So the president didn't say anything about that. The tourism bill that the president spoke about in the establishment of the National Tourism Authority is not the progenitor of that bill. It started from President Weah. In fact, when I introduced that bill in the legislature, co-sponsored by Honorable Snow. The Local Governance Act that he spoke about to create the local governance, the Ministry of Local Governance, it has a historicity as of 2018. So this president has demonstrated lack of vision, lack of substantial legislative plan for the forward march of the country in terms of his legislative agenda. I was not impressed. And never been impressed about President Boakai's legislative agenda for the city State of the Union or State of the Nation address. We gave him 0 in our presentation. He has no legislative agenda for the Republic of Liberia, just 0. Now look at the economy of the country. The president lied. It makes him a pathological liar to present the state of affairs of the economy of the country. Eddie, a president who says that they have created 70,000 new jobs. Imagine, how can you claim about creating jobs if you talk about direct or indirect, if you're talking about skills on unskilled laborers, when you have broken down many of the petty traders and the market women traders across the road lost their businesses. When the AFL just moved right to 72nd recently, Barricade area, there's no service. Most of the people, properties that you broke along the roadsides and the businesses are out of job, that's not job creation. That is putting them into poverty. So this government has placed more people into poverty, and the president comes and lies to the public. That is deception. 2, the president is saying that they will provide more opportunities to youth businesses. Very soon they will create 120,000 jobs. Imagine the hypocrisy. Imagine the deception. That you can't even show the sectoral errors when it comes to the creation of 70,000 jobs is of black. It's an insult to those who work in the purple water and don't have jobs today. That's an insult. The president did not stop there. If you look at the president addressing the health sector, or the president talking about restructure, the president has not been able to say, we initiated the construction of a health hospital and we have concluded the hospital in 2 years' time, like the CDC-led administration under President Weah, when we talk about the coaching medical hospital, for example. Look at education. The president was not able to speak anything substantial in education to say, these are the concrete things and steps that we took in education. The president, we are in 2 years, will tell you, we made all public universities tuition free. We digitized the University of Liberia. We didn't stop there. We took care of the entire WAS fee. We made all secondary public senior high schools tuition free across the country. There is nothing to show by this government in those sectors. So the president failed. What are you talking about? He said by 2029, listen to him. He said by 2029, we expect that we'll pay 485,000 kilometers of road. I mean, 485, not 1,000, 485 kilometers of road. Between up to 2017, 2018, they said the total road pay was about 1,200 and some more. Okay? If you subtract by the pay in 700 and some more, it means the CDC paid 530 kilometers of road. And this government that has no crisis is telling you they will only pay 485 kilometers of road when the CDC only had technically 4 years in government, 3 to 4 years, because of the Ebola situation, the Ukrainian war, for example, the Jordan of Omid, and all those crises we only had 4 solid years technically. So in 4 years, the CDC paid 530 kilometers of road as reported in the arrest agenda. I'm not saying something offhand. I'm saying what they wrote. 2018 to 2023, January of 2024. If you take the statistics and you subtract what they paid in 12 years, the remaining that CDC paid that 530 kilometers of road. But Braga is telling you that this government will only be able to pay 485 kilometers of road. The president now agreed that the RIA road that he claimed that was 20 kilometers, they only did 5 kilometers to take it to 25 kilometers in 2 years. What does that say about the developmental agenda of the country? The president lied to the nation. The government underperformed in 2 years. He comes back to talk about yellow machine. Courageously and bravely after lying that, look, the yellow machine that his friend gave him there as a gift, he didn't want to stop there. He said, let's see what Double Jara will pay for it. He brought a yellow machine. Liberia takes responsibility. Liberia said they didn't take responsibility for bringing a yellow machine, but they take responsibility for sending the yellow machine all over the country. So the government is made of, especially the executive branch of government, I want to say 99.9% is made out of black beings, crooks and rascals and gangsters who own redemption. When the president talks about redemption, redeem when he said the state of the economy is better than the last 2 years. He's talking about his 2 years. Guess what? The state of the economy is better when President Boyka rides 2 less of the Eagles, as old as he is. When he takes a roller watch that costs almost $500,000 and he puts it on. When the president extends the fence and his home for over $500,000 in the rehab community. When he takes Liberian people money unaccounted for, not budgeted for, and build a retirement home in Foya. When the president criticizes flying in a private jet and gets into a private jet and ride it consistently, this president is the president of luxury. A man who said, if I will ride wheelbarrow, if we will push wheelbarrow, I even prefer to have wheelbarrow than to have luxury. So all that the president has done is to take care of himself, take care of his family, and take care of his few government officials around him, okay, and leave the country in abject poverty. The true state of the nation today, before I conclude, Abraham Weah and Winston Bladen, let me tell you the true state of the nation. The true state of the nation was when you, the local radio stations and online stations,
went on the pavements and interviewed the people. And United Partisans who voted for Joseph Boyka cried on the state of the economy to be devastated, terrible, shabby, destructive. When they claim that people are not even buying for them, when President Boyka shamefully said, this is the price of rice, this is the price of petroleum product, for example, this is the price of flour, for example. But has there been a reduction in the price of bread in Liberia? How does that affect the price of basic commodities when you have taken GST up? When everything you go and buy in the market or in the store, you have to pay extra taxes. When you go to a restaurant to eat, if you spend $100, it's like you'll be paying $112 to $114, the extra money in taxes. The country is suffering. This administration has created a situation where it'll say God is punishing the country, like that evangelist or that reverend said, that if you vote Joseph Boyka into office, this country will suffer. Our nation is perpetually suffering. The country is plunged into serious, devastating economic chaos because Boyka is the president of Liberia. He lives in luxury, while those who walk in the poo water on our faithful day in 2023 to make him president of the Republic of Liberia, those people are suffering. Today, when I saw something, somebody reacted to my little brother of Mo Ali's statement. The lady said, from the Unity Party, I regretted what I had to support or vote Joseph Boyka. It's a curse. It's a curse. For this man to say 124 villages have been electrified under my administration, Boyka can lie. It makes him an extreme pathological liar when the head of the country, the head of state, the head of government, and the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Republic of Liberia, the president of the country of the Republic of Liberia, lie during the period of campaign and consistently come with that lie to the presidency. Then my good friend Ase Do will say, or Kev Hassan will say, you can lie. You can lie to the public to campaign. You can lie about all of your campaign, but you cannot lie to government. And every woman, I want to be Winston Bladen to say this to you, that it's about time that we narrate our own stories. We should not permit other people to narrate our stories for us. We cannot allow the West to narrate the story for the Africans. The Africans themselves must narrate that story. The CDC, the opposition must narrate that story. All of the lies, the lie on Joshua in 2 years. If you look at the analysis of what President Weah did in this country in 2 years, in terms of low-income homes, in terms of payrolls into ghetto communities, for example, into slums communities, in terms of electrifying our rehab community, paving the roads in rehab, where President Boyka has lived as vice president, in terms of giving back hope to our people and restoring the dignity of our people, I want to say to you, you cannot compare the Unity Party 2 years in government to Josh Weah 2 years. Joseph Boyka 2 years, you cannot compare. Not even Ellen Johnson 2 years. From 2006 to 2008, you cannot compare those 2 years to Weah-led administration, because when it comes to basic social services, he beat them in terms of providing more electricity to homes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
When it
great.
comes to the issue of education, he beats them in the first 2 years. When it comes to the issue of healthcare delivery and construction of clinics and hospitals, he massively destroyed them. We can say this and we can beat our chest. He maintained the price of rice, and the economy was by far more better than what it is today. That bogus number to running with is a disgrace to this country, AB and Winston Bladen.
All right, so the SONA came in just on the backdrop of the World Bank and the Central Bank of Liberia's reports that talks about the state of the country's economy in terms of what it is, the overall performance of the country, and then His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Boyka had to name 151.04% as to what it is. And there were a couple of areas that he named the highest revenue ever generated in this country, the highest budget ever approved in this country. I think 3 cardinal areas he touched, talking about the highest, amounting to the economy being just better under his administration. That's what he said. So welcome, Dale Francis Rure. Dale, you guys are economists, and those of us who are out there, we may think the way we think, but again, there are other structural issues that people will deal with in terms of looking at what the economy is like. The way the layman out there looks at the economy, his definition of the economy is different from the way the elites or the academic elites look at the issue of the economy. So those are different ways. How do you align both, or whose understanding should surpass, or whose understanding should be more supreme? Now today the president has spoken. From whose lenses he's speaking, either from the elite lenses, or he's speaking from the common people's perspective. You people contributed to speeches delivered by President Asona, especially on a former President George Manuel Weah. Here we are today from the state of the economy, according to President Joseph Yuma Boakai. Is there anything strange that greeted you today, you as Dale Francis Rure?
Thank you, AB, and good evening to everyone. Firstly, on the economy, you know, it's difficult to sell on a performance. You know, the economy has been struggling. The fact of the matter remains, the economy was projected to grow at 5.8%, and then the World Bank, the IMF, working with the Ministry of Finance Authority and the Central Bank, they all revised our growth because of the difficulties in the country in terms of production, in terms of consumption. And if people are not consuming, it's just an extension that people are not earning money. If people are not earning money, it's also a very simple example that people are not working. And those that are working, maybe they are not working anymore, so they cannot give autonomous income to some of the people who are not working for them to consume. So if people are not consuming, then it has a negative implication on the economy in terms of growth. So based on the sluggishness of the economy, the World Bank, the IMF, and even our own local authority, the Central Bank, they revised the growth from 5.8 to 4.8%. But it was strange today that President Boakai announced that the economy grew by 5.1%. Maybe beyond the World Bank, beyond the IMF, he did some revision. So he probably will have to explain that, you know, when the IMF mission comes back. But even in the midst of whatever figure that he gave, the reality on the ground is glaring. You know, things are difficult. And besides things being difficult, even the people who have money, they are finding it very hard because things are expensive. And it brings me to a very important point when the president, in his speech, thought to, you know, praise the vice president about the committee he set up for them to reduce prices, and that they have reduced inflation to 4%, which according to the president is the lowest. And for me, I thought that was very deceitful. What the government did over the year 2025, they did not reduce inflation. They actually manipulated inflation by sterilizing the Liberian dollars, refusing the banks to have access to Liberian dollar, and making Liberian dollar to appear in the last quarter of 2025 like Liberian dollar has appreciated, taking a rate from 200, from 198, 196 to about 160, 165. When in actuality, people were still buying in Liberian dollar at the exchange rate of 200.
Okay.
All of the restaurants, all of the stores, when you went to go buy things and you gave them US dollar or you gave them US dollar, they will tell you to add additional Liberian dollar on our US dollar because they didn't want to be at a loss in terms of foreign exchange. And for the ordinary people, they also observed that the very cook shop, the very restaurant that they went to, the prices of things never dropped in Liberian dollars. Take for instance, the government said, oh, they reduced the price of rice to $14, which for me is a diabolical, falsehood, and it's so disappointing that the president of the republic would make that kind of pronouncement that bag of rice is $14. When they actually made the announcement that bag of rice should be $14, the supplier, the distributors, they agreed to it because they knew that it was just not possible for the 25 kg bag of rice to be $14.50. So what happened was it went back to the same $16.50. But this is the trick though. At $16, the exchange rate that they sell reduced. People went to go buy the same rice, but they were buying the rice at the exchange rate of 200 because the stores that were selling rice could not sell rice at $16 at the exchange rate of 150 or 160. So the trigger rate that the government applied was to hide the Liberian dollar from the commercial bank, and by hiding Liberian dollar from the commercial bank, it make it appear that Liberian dollar has appreciated. And in so doing, doing that, what I resulted into was to really reduce the income, the value of the income that people had in USD. And who were the people that were affected? If somebody was making $50, and if they changed their $50 at 200 rate, and they used to get 5,000, but you brought the rate, you forced the rate artificially, you manipulated the rate, you brought the rate to 160 because you decided to hold a Liberian dollar at the central bank, not putting it outside. It means that man $50 when he changes at 160 or 150, he gets $3,500 or $3,800. Whatever they offer, 5,000 some more dollars, right? If the man if the man gets that amount, what his $150 US dollar pay could buy him Liberian dollar when the rate was 200, it cannot buy him that same amount because the rate now is 150 or 160, but the actual price in Liberian dollar remain at 200. That's the manipulation and that's the deceit that the Bouaka government undertook to make the exchange rate, to make inflation appear like inflation has dropped to 4% or single digit, which he boasted about as the first time in the history of the country. And that's a deceit. And he actually punished the civil servant that were earning US dollar and have to change Liberian dollar. He also actually punished those who receive remittance from America, from abroad, and have to change their money to Liberian dollar before buying. Because once they change the money, they also bought in Liberian dollar at a $200 rate. For me, that was very deceitful, and I think the central bank, along with the Ministry of Finance, they cleverly, I would say very cruelly did it, and allow a lot of people to lose income, on the basis of that. Secondly, on the issue of revenue, I see Unity Party people, I see the president, posting, we're financing our budget now through domestic resources. It's not strange. Before President we are left office, 80%, 92% of our local, our domestic resource, we use it to finance our budget. So this is not a strange thing. And what President Bouaka should be doing is for leaving beyond a very solid foundation on which he can now build from 700 million to 800 million, which in the case of the CDC in 2017, 2018 was not the case. The CDC inherited a domestic revenue base of $354 million. And the CDC had to work through innovation, not just increasing tax rate, unlike the Bouaka administration. Expand the tax base through innovation, the same innovation that they are using to collect more money today. Is that foundation that the CDC left behind that Bouaka, the Unity Party and their people are riding on, and making it to seem to the Liberian people that this is the first of its kind for the government of Liberia to finance its budget through domestic resources. We have been doing it. We laid a very solid foundation for the UP. The UP haven't had any good problem, I say any major problem, if I will put it that way, unlike the CDC that upon assuming power in 2017, in 2018, have to live with the departure of Omil, have to live with the epidemics of COVID, and also have to witness and intervene in the departure of several international donor partners that were supporting education, that were supporting health, and that were supporting a lot of things. I see a lot of the United Party people, including the president, crying about, oh, USAID. USAID was just one of the organizations in 2018 that pulled out of Liberia. But CDC still managed after Omil's departure. Omil was bringing into the country $30 million every month to pay 15,000 employees and also pay more than 1,500 surveillance staff. The departure of Omil created a huge economic burden for the country. But in the midst of all those storms, the CDC came up on top with very strategic and sustainable reform that today took our domestic resource mobilization from an ordinary of mere 350 million to 700 million before the exit of the CDC. So, I mean, just to summarize for now, Bouaka and her administration should not boast of anything. They should just trade very carefully that what we left behind, what they inherited, they should try to meticulously build on it. Instead of saying and throwing words out that they have done this, they have done that. If we go to all of the sector one by one, which we will do later, education, health, there's no impact. I see that the man talk about health, he just read 2-3 lines in health. When the critical people in health, the nurses, the doctors, and all the different workers are currently some of them on go slow, and he said nothing about it. So, AB, the state of the economy, the state of affairs.
He said they increased salary for 23,000 workers.
Yeah, but those are the things that CDC was doing. Those are the things that CDC was doing. We call that thing salary top up. So before CDC left power, we did salary top up for more than 43,000 employees. In the first year of the CDC administration, we did salary top up for 15,500 employees. In the first year of the salary reform. So we were not making noise about it. We were not putting it in President Weah's speech. Before President Weah even left office, more than 16,000 employees that were earning below 150 in gross salary were moved to 150. So those are things that we felt we needed to do without too much of publicity. But the same thing, the man had $20 on somebody pay, he had $15 on somebody pay, then he go and make an announcement about it. If he thought he really increased the pay of the health worker, why are some of the health workers wanting to go slow? They wanting to go slow because before CDC left power, CDC had a comprehensive salary pay grade or policy for the health sector. And I will explain it very quickly. You know, part of the CDC intervention was to increase the salary of medical doctors. Medical doctor pay went from $800 to $2,000 minimum, $2,132 to be very exact. So medical doctors are just one cadre of the health workers or the health sector force. So as we're making, public relations, we're making statement, we carry doctor pay to $2,000. Some of the nurses, some of the midwives, some of the nurse anesthetics, and some of the lab technician, they all say, but the hospital is not only run by the medical doctor. In fact, the people that man the hospital and take care of the patient 24 hours around the clock are the nurses. So how can you then be boasting that you carry data pay to 2,000 and you never carry nurse pay to 2,000, or you never carry nurse pay up? So say, okay, that's true. You will have some reasoning in that. What we do, we will revise policy. We'll ask for all the positions in health, and then put in place a policy that will take you up. The same way we carry medical data or to a level, but we'll do that gradually. So that policy was signed by the Minister of Finance, by the CSA Director General, by the Minister of Health, and also the Health Worker Association, witnessed by the Civil Service Association. So that was a policy of government signed by all the ministers. What the United Party do, who say they came to rescue civil servants, especially health workers, they tried that policy. The first year of implementing that policy was $5 million. That policy is still on the books. That policy should take a nurse from at least $200 to the first year to at least $550. So if Gafwan can and take $20 and add it to somebody who pay was $200 and make it $220, you think you expect to help people to celebrate him? No, because his intentions are misguided. He's not following the procedure that was laid out in terms of how we progress gradually to increase salary or all the different sectors of the workforce. So those are the lapses. And as we move on the show, we will identify them. But UP inherited a lot, and I'm totally disappointed in the way they are proceeding, that they are not achieving a lot in terms of the bread and butter issue.
Francis, and you just laid key points, and this is where the crux of the entire discussion will really lie, especially JMB talking about economy, because that's the bread and butter issue. That's where you tie the entire bread and butter issue. You made mention of several other issues and talk about how the people begin to sterilize the Liberian dollars and they've been holding back. Not, this is something that can be confirmed. Like these several other economists have said it. This is what it is, because where is the Liberian dollars? And we don't find it, and it's nowhere to be seen. Even the season period, where sometimes when people who just had no cash in their homes through those social means, we thought that it would play significantly into the season period where rates would have gone up a bit. But from your own perspective, is the economy being controlled by the government or suffocated by the government, or the economy or the market forces are determining what the economy is? What sort of economy are we experiencing now?
Well, we generally operate a free or market economy with several interventions through the fiscal and monetary arm of the state. In the case of the monetary arm, the central bank, and if the central bank allowed the economy to flow freely, like it was when the exchange rate was maybe 198, I mean, probably people would exchange their money and buy things at the rate they were buying, you know. But because the government wanted to achieve low inflation target, so what they did was to say, okay, the central bank is the mother bank of all the commercial banks. So say at the mother bank of all the commercial bank have to go to them for Liberian dollar, and commercial bank don't have Liberian dollar. And if commercial bank have Liberian dollar, they have the ability to increase the reserve requirement for commercial bank to take the Liberian dollar from their fund and take it to the central bank. So the cleverness the central bank did was to say, okay, but since Liberian dollar doesn't have value, and if the Liberian value depreciate, that's how inflation goes up. So for them to appear that they're breaking inflation down on paper is to say, you know what? If Echo Bank wanted 2-3 billion Liberian dollar, which will be given to customer for customer to go in the market, let us not give Echo Bank 2 billion. Let's tell Echo Bank, we're not giving you 2 billion, we'll only give you 500 million. Let us do all of that, the same strategy with all the commercial banks. So if the market is actually demanding $10 billion for the quarter 2025, if we give the 10 billion, I mean the exchange rate will be to 198 or 196 or 190. So if we don't want the exchange rate to be to 190, let us not give the commercial bank the 10 billion, let's give the commercial bank 3 billion. Those who want Liberian, if they are not finding Liberian on the parallel market through the money exchanger and all the different people, then the money exchanger will reduce the rate. When they reduce the rate, then the central bank will do their regular survey, call people, oh, why the rate? Oh, the rate dropping, oh. The rate was 160, oh, the rate was 180, but it comes to 170. Oh. For the last quarter of 2025, exactly that was what was happening because the government artificially kept the money in the central bank and then gave to the commercial bank because they wanted for the paper is why on paper the rate loaded it was falling. When people went to go buy, I think they were buying 1,000 Liberian dollar. They were still buying the 1,000 Liberian dollar. So that means they needed more US dollar to get the 1,000 Liberian dollar, which was unfair to them. And that's the unfairness that I'm talking about. If you put all that into context, several millions dollars of worth of satisfaction was taken away from the population because of the cruel policy that the government initiated.
Brilliant. I think that's great. Garrison,
you know, so
last night.
Now,
yeah, Garrison,
you see what is happening.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm seeing something on the screen there. It's too blur. Gray, you are muted. You have to unmute yourself. Gray, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, let me read it quick so it can help. It's very important. From the minister designated for youth and sport, the deputy for administration or ministry of state. She said data for 70,000 jobs, visualization sector distribution, estimated base report. Infrastructure 1 or public works, 35,000 people, roads, urban lighting, yellow machine. The yellow machine and I can already put that job for you already. Yeah, one infrastructure / public work, 35,000 persons employed for the roads, urban lighting, and yellow machine. 2, social protection relays, 15,000 cash for white, street children, reintegration. They say they have 15,000 people cash for work or street children to get a children off the street, all that in social protection. 15,000 people they employ. Can you imagine that? Agriculture and fishery, 12,000 people. Mechanization, seeking vessel, cocoa scaling. The people can pack the cocoa and tin and they say they employ that one and all. Small business folk, small business like you, 8,000. Entrepreneur grant, civil service volunteer. The jobs have short-term, medium, permanent civil servant. Short-term, 60%. Medium-term, 30%. Permanent civil servant, 10%. So if you got something for 1 week, that means they call a job in Liberia. 50%. Can you imagine that?
Wow. There, is that what you guys call?
Everybody seems to be justifying this 70,000 employment, but the question I got for all of you, Dale, Akaros, who actually lied to the Liberian people? Is it an official of government or the president himself?
No, the president himself.
No, but I'm very sure what they gave.
No, the president is not a puppet.
I'm very sure what they wrote and gave to the president was exactly what he read. So who actually lied to the Liberian people? Another part of that speech, you will see over $1 billion disbursed to small farmers, blah blah and so forth. Who actually lied to the Liberian people?
But Winston, I just wanted to come in briefly. From what the minister destined for youth and sport just posted, it means that CDC warned them with the issue of employment already. Because the first thing during the CDC time, you will get to understand that CDC have more people on contract because they have more road project going on. So if the reason is because you have road project going on, people who doing small work, that employment, then we should not be talking that we should be telling the Liberian people that CDC did well. But we were not looking at those manual things that someone can call somebody grass for doing 1 month. And mind you, I was talking to somebody right after the State of the Nation. They told me that The president's job is the 1 month job they gave him. They put on metal steel. You go for 1 month, they counted that job. You go for 2 weeks, they counted that job. So even in your yard, people that are cutting grass, people that come and wash your clothes, that job. So by their own parity of reasoning, it means that CDC deal well with employment. The other issue is that, and we all they'll forget to talk about. The president talked about infusing under $1 billion in the market. Had this pronouncement been made by the CDC administration, then they will be asking you for a list. Who got it? Where it went? This and that. They will be asking you all those questions. But today, the president is telling you we don't even know where who they get the $1 billion, who they give the money to, nothing. There is no
in fact, sorry, in fact, that's exactly what the farmers are asking for. Publish the list. That's what they are demanding now. Yeah. For them to publish the list.
The guy said in 2025, over 198,000 farmers. Listen to this, in 2025, over 198,000 farmers received government support, leading to expanded rice and cocoa cultivation and increased aquaculture output, infrastructure improvements, including the completion of 166 kilometers of rural road, have reduced transport costs and enhanced market access, enabling 33,755 Liberians to move from food insecurity to food security. 198,000 farmers receive government support. 198,000 farmers.
198,000?
But Akaros.
Yeah.
Then another contradiction there to Akaros, he said, on their fiscal discipline, there is no exemption. If you follow him, Kinney, he said, on their fiscal discipline, there's no exemption. But Kinney, in this budget, LPRC is not contributing, NPA is exempted, Maritime, all the groups, they are exempted. So it's a big contradiction. It's a big contradiction. There is more exemption from the state-owned public corporation or autonomous agency that should be generating money for the government. They are exempted now. It's a private company for Joseph Boakai and his family, not for the Liberian people. But he said, because of the fiscal discipline, there is no exemption.
Well,
so, we just taking basis today, but by tomorrow, when they publish that speech in full, the soft copy, when we come back to discuss, it will be more robust than what we're doing tonight, because everything we're seeing is just people taking pictures and all those stuff. Let's have read. Just take your time. Let it bring soft copy.
You know, the president saying issue 16 as million dollars under the year review in 2025. He made a mistake. Maybe he's talking about from the time he became president. 16 executive orders in 2025. Where are they? 16 executive orders. So 198,000 farmers we assisted. We need to find the farmers.
The farmers are asking questions, publish our names. The farmers are demanding the government to publish their names.
That is not the most dangerous lie today.
That's why the strength of the legislature comes in on her oversight. The president said the data on employment, the labor ministry presents the listing of employment in the category. The president said maybe Cornelia Kratoke from father, who is labor minister, maybe that's why she published a voice. Like father, like daughter, maybe. So 198,000 people, you say 70,000 people were also employed. They put the category. The legislature needs to invite the labor minister now. The legislature needs to invite other sectors of government, that the agriculture minister to say, hold on. You know what I call 198,000 farmers? Do we have over 198,000 farmers? Where? In how many countries? Then the president saying that the electrified, I think 124 homes in few countries, in the villages. Can you imagine some of the LC management team? These are the things
maybe
some of the ministers said that in 2025, the president saying issue 16 executive orders. Mr. Minister said, where are the executive orders? Where were they published in 2025? These are the questions that must be asked. These are the concerns that must be raised. Because there is no way they can intellectualize this conversation.
The president's State of the Nation today was a flop, not just a political recitation, but the president lied to the public. He lied about everything. And this is dangerous. This is dangerous for the
But you know,
power.
But Honorable
Akaros, let me quickly.
those are not.
You know, let me put the employment in context. Maybe the ordinary person will not understand it. If you say you employ 35,000 people in infrastructure, and then you take the whole estate dispo complex, you fought it with people that you employ. That SKD capacity at 25,000. That means people that they employ, they follow SKD, and all outside there, the whole place
Yes,
was packed.
the SKD has a capacity of 35,000.
Yes. If you say 198,000 farmers, 198,000 is not a small number of farmers. Are you saying you classifying some of the people as farmers because they went and go buy in the market? And the number of times they go buy in the market, you counted there. The number of times they went there, each time they went there, you counted them. So, like Akara is saying, since the president has given the number, anytime president speaks, it becomes policy. It becomes truthfulness. So let the legislature, the people that have oversight, invite the relevant ministry and agency because they don't want to get the president the number. I see Cornelius saying, you know, the other person went to this, it went to the other one, but 70,000 are not beings in a Liberian simple English.
Well, that's exactly what I was saying. The minister gave the president the numbers, and that's why he read.
Did you listen to the president?
70,000 is 2 times
the whole civil service, of the Republic of Liberia is 63,000 or 65,000 persons. So the president is saying now, in 2025, they did more than the whole civil service put together.
Yeah, they employ more people than the CSA.
That thing looking serious.
All the CSA put together. Can you imagine that? But the president lied. He said something. He said they renovated the University of Liberia campus, but still painting the campus. He talked about UL renovation.
Where?
The president he State of the Nation today.
Where he renovated?
But the students of the University of Liberia are painting the campus. They are helping to renovate their own campus. And there you struck a very important point.
But Honorable Great,
the president has the contradiction. Is 70,000 person got employment in 2025. That assume. But you also empower 198,000.
Great, that's not the biggest lie. One of the biggest lies here is
Isaga is muted.
Yeah,
Isaga, you're in. Yeah, you said one of the biggest lies.
I said one of the biggest lies is that the president intimated that he has paved about 1,450 kilometers of road in 2 years. He said because he took it from 12% to 20% of the entire 13,000 kilometers of unpaved road we have in the country. He said his government alone has paved 1,450 kilometers because he took it from 12% to 20%, meaning he has done 8%.
Okay, but then Isaka, then that percentage
of road across the country.
Yeah, then that is very essential.
He said he has done 1,450 kilometers of road in 2 years.
Yeah, but that is something that is debatable. But the fact of the matter is, the president mounting a podium, all of these issues is stretching to a borders on the economy of the country, and that is what he says. Now he talked about the issue about rules and like what you are talking about. They went deeper into the issue about the bread and butter issues, yes. But on the issue of electricity, now, which is very much essential, 83,000 homes were already connected in addition to where we are left it. Now, is that a plus or a minus? 83,000 homes, because if Unity Party in 12 years left electricity connection at 37,000 homes, and then Joseph Walker beats Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf's record at 83,000, and then George Weah beat both all together, I think there should be a plus that Joseph Walker is looking for against Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf's 12 years of Unity Party reign threshold. Joel, You people have been there. Garrison, you were in Nima County, the issue of connections and so forth. Where are we taking these numbers from? Where are the numbers? You people in communities, you're following up. Where are the numbers coming from? We are asking for numbers. We are asking for areas no more than
talking.
Abraham, Cousin, the EDC story nobody can lie on the EDC story. You me? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Go ahead, we're listening. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
The EDC story is a difficult story for anybody to lie on. That lie can never hold. When Manaseri left power, Liberia only had the hydro that were operating with 2 turbines and the heavy fuel oil that to Bushel Island, the diesel engine. The CLSG, there was some work that started only around 5%, but Liberia needed to invest heavily into cross-border electricity supply using the CLSG. Besides the CLSG, you had the cross-border current between Nima, Maryland, Grand Chile, all the places. All the current came through, but what happened was the government accumulated debt because there was no regulator in the area to charge, to build the citizens that were using the current. So as CDC, over the 6 years of our government, invested in the CLSG, invested in the CLSG through the big transmission line that came from Guinea and came from all the different places. Also invested in the CLSG in terms of the substation that were established, not only established or constructed, that were also energized. That means you build a substation, you bring current there, you test the current, and make sure the current is allowed. It's easy to leave the substation to go into the homes where people use it. Several substations were built. In fact, the current managing director of the LDC even admitted during a confirmation hearing, and which is a very fair thing that he did. I say all of the investment in CLSG, who can give that glory to the past government of George Weah. And it was based on the last 2 years of the CDC administration, having cleared all of the debt. That's why you see current was stable, the single current stable. So in terms of electricity stability, it's a CDC that laid a foundation. And it's that foundation that Unity Party want to ignore and make it seem that, oh, they're the one restoring stable electricity. And as they were saying it, God just left from beyond it a few weeks, the current start tripping. And the reason why the current tripping, because some of the information that we get, they are now supporting the LDC that how CDC supported the LDC to pay the bills. They are not paying the bills to Ivory Coast. So every time the LDC will experience a technical breakdown, because during the dry season is the mean time that we consume current from Ivory Coast. So if we're consuming more current and we're not paying the bills on time, then Ivory Coast now, or where we're getting the current from through the CLSG, they will have to take us some action that will compel us to pay. And since we haven't been paying, that's why the dry season, you see the current sharing, the load sharing has become so evident. So CDC connected more than 240 households, 240,000 households. CDC are doing around 40,000 households per year on average. All of the investment in electricity was already done. How can Unity Party come to power, then the next month they go electrify Riverside? That in any sense in it? Somebody never planted the pole, somebody never ran the wire before they go and pull it in Riverside. You able to connect 124,000 villages like the president said, or 124 villages just in 1 year of administration where you never met anything there? But because these people, they are very deceitful, they can lie so easily, and they don't have shame in lying, they can just say things for that bring people to believe them. The same thing they're doing with roads. How can somebody come to power within 1 year, then they say, oh, they're dedicating the road, they don't want facing the road. You know what it takes to face road? You first have to do the civil work. You have to build the cover, you have to build the bridges before you do asphalt pavement. So United Party, when they were in opposition, they were doing all the things behind the scene that they want all to believe. But because the people used to lie,
AB, please take note of the time. AB, please take note of the time.
Yeah, my man.
Yeah, sure.
To talk.
It's too plenty. Yeah, it's too plenty. We just want to bundle them up. Garrison, and that of Gray, the president says something which is very much strategic, and it should raise alarm to all of us. And I don't know from whence he's speaking from. We understood that the budget had not been signed. Some of you just stated it just now. But the budget was just passed, and then we hear from the president at his sonar that indeed they want to recast the budget. Now, let's look at legislative-wise. When these people appear before you people in the budget is sent to you people in the scrutinized and then passed on by the national legislature and sent forth to the president, looking at the amount that they're talking about. Here is the president and that of his LRA boss, they are bragging about raising revenue at the highest. Now, that impact, the impact of that revenue generation is not being felt where we have challenges. So forth here and there. LPRC is not remitting, MPA is not remitting to the budget. All these things are gaps, but yet they are reporting huge revenue generation. Then you people care to know as lawmakers, where is the money going for which the president is reporting in such manner? Do we know where the money going? Because if you talk about raising revenue, then of course, whatever we need, we put in the budget should be supported the best way possible. Where is the money going? Is that a question that you lawmakers able to ask?
Garrison?
Garrison?
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is that AB, there's a president that boasting about $1.21 billion budget, but if they're going fiscal year, you also know that our debt increased, the debt alone is 230 million, over 230 million, almost 50% increase just in 1 year. So it's laughable. You say you're collecting plenty of money in revenue, but your debt is increasing high. So where the money is going? The money you're boasting of collecting, what are you doing with it? Where is it going? No, like Dale, who is the technician here, been saying, look, AB, honestly, like I told you today, nothing. Because if this president will tell you the budget, the former chair on executive is here. The budget have been passed by the both houses. They have sent it to the president, and now he got the budget in the mansion. He have not signed the budget into law. Maybe if he did it, it was done Nicodemously, and it was only done in darkness. We don't know about it. Have not been published. But then he told the people that we're going to recast. So you know what they want to do smartly. That 200 million now, that the legislature passed, they may not come and use it for themselves now. Now, why you see smarter they put that money on a contingency? Because they were just waiting. As soon as they made it, then now what they're waiting for is parliament to just sign the MDA. When they send out them feeling, well, trust me, the recast all about that 200 million. They will use it the way they want to use it. So that where we were from Nima, we are hurt because nothing absolutely we will get. In fact, maybe the pitiful 6.1 they gave us. There are several issues in the county that matters issue are resolved. Now they're saying in their MDA, and the president is posting of the MDA that say, when you don't pay, we'll fine you. When you don't do it in force, we'll fine you. So if the meant to pave the road from San Quentin to Yekepa, and the man does not do it in a year, you fine him 100,000, it's nothing to him. So he prefer to violate and not do anything.
I think Garrison facing some problem.
But let me come to quickly.
You can remember great Garrison, I told you last night that the budget have not been signed. Since last week, that budget been at the legislature. This week, they will introduce it for recast. That budget have never been signed since
No,
submission.
but it's a contradiction. It's a contradiction. That's why I wanted to come. There can be no recast. There cannot be a supplementary budget presented when there is no budget itself being passed or signed into law. We have the national budget, the full budget itself. If the government identify additional revenue, what is an existing budget, then they send for what? Then they send a supplementary budget. Okay? But until the budget is signed and sent to the legislature, how would the budget not be signed and the president requesting for supplementary budget?
Because within a unity party government, everything is possible. Anything is possible within a unity party government.
I'm not saying that criminally the guys will not go and pass on it, but there must be a budget. The fiscal year budget must be before there must be a supplementary budget sent. When the budget is sent to the president, how are they going to have a supplementary budget now, like the president said today?
Akaros, this is what is happening, right? Over the past 2 fiscal years, you know there have been no serious leadership in terms of budget oversight.
Okay.
Yeah. That's true. So, but the thing is that you can go and come back. Go and come back.
In the 2025 budget, they said they passed the leadership when they had a leadership crisis, right? This 2025 budget, the 2026 budget, which is on account of performance in 2025, when you look in at 2026 budget, there also no cash carry forward for 2025. So, what they have done was to include in the 2026 budget all of the revenue that is spent in 2025 so that it can be part of the 2026 appropriation.
Yes.
But because they have different agenda, they want to pass the 2026 budget, then they bring.
Wow, he was talking very important point when he come in. But AB, I want you to see something when the president talk about employment. I want you to see something.
Yeah.
Look at it.
And that's the real employment, I agree.
We got to get courtesy to those who share the video on their page, yeah, because we took it from the page. But look at this, AB. Look at how this is embarrassing, AB. Wisdom, look at it. AB, look at those children. Look at those kids. Look at those babies.
Crowd defense. Even sports minister defense also.
Yeah. Look at those children.
Even sports minister.
Look at those babies. 5, 6, 7 years old children. Look at them. And the president boasting of employment. Okay. There's somebody said, look at what the person said. It's very important. The person says only those are the road workers and civil engineers he gave job to. It's funny, but it's serious. Look at the kids. Think about your children who the busting rap for survival. Yeah, the other day get saying, oh man. That child labor.
100%.
And then the
government
of employment.
About 70,000 greater employment.
No, AB, this is This is heartbreaking, extremely heartbreaking. AB Garrison, you saw the video.
I saw it, Gray. I saw the video.
It's heartbreaking.
I think in one of my
grandchildren be bossing rock like that. A grandchildren, can they boss rock? And is this what our friends in the Unity Party?
That's part of the employment, though.
Is this what Cornino Crab posted and boasting of? That for road infrastructure, they employ these kids to boss rock, to have cross rock, to build RIA road. That draws on error there. On the RIA road. Draws on, that's the location. See it again. This is extremely heartbreaking. See it. It's there. Look at it. Yeah, what it's saying, ego, it means we're suffering. Look at those TD kids. Boston Rock, what it should be in school. And somebody go and give a State of the Nation address and announcing to the world that this is the kind of employment we have for our children around the world. This is terrible. There's abuse. There's human rights abuse. And the world is watching it. How dare our friend in Unity Party run with that? How dare you run with that? Imagine. See what Cornelia Road, look. How dare you run with that and justifying? Okay? You're justifying the employment. Look at this. Look at this. It said infrastructure and public work, 35,000. Roads, urban lighting, yellow machine, roads. Infrastructure, public work, 35,000 person, including our children being employed. Social protection, cash for work. What kind of social protection you doing? And these kids are bossing street children reintegration. Every think about it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
For you, 8,000 entrepreneur grant, civil service volunteer, small businesses for youth. You take children, you say the youth, 8,000 of them. AB had it been the CDC-led administration. And they get children on a short term. They say short term seasonal project, 60% of the 70,000. And they struck a point. That means Boyka succeeded in employing more Liberians than the civil servant of Liberia in 1 year time. In 1 year time,
Sure.
what they did.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Eddie, tonight, to be frank with you, I see serious tears in my eyes.
No, sure, it's too denigrating. And Twe wrote this, and somebody just captured it, and Twe said this, exactly quoting President Joseph Yuma Boakai, and he says this here. He says, so he says, we increased Liberia's paved roads from under 12% to the level of 20%. And I maintain more than 780 kilometers of roads. This is what President Boakai said, but this is what Twe said in response to that. Twe said, Mr. President, road pavement under President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was 5.7%. That means she paved and maintained about 745 kilometers of roads. President George Weah added 3.4% to this ratio, bringing the total pavement up to 9% by 2023. This means President Weah paved about 450 kilometers of roads. This brings the total paved roads in Liberia up to 1,119 kilometers as per December 2023. Mr. President, are your people telling you that your government added 11% to this 9% pavement number? This means they are telling you that your government paved more than 1,430 kilometers of roads, which is about 11% of Liberia's 13,000 kilometers of roads. Or did they get confused by numbers and reported this non-truth to you because of politics. Your people are unfair to you, Mr. President, and this is not good for the country. I will leave the 70,000 jobs up to the Liberian people. This one is above my pay grade, but just wanted to share with you, the public, the impossibility your advisors made you to read to the Liberian people. Will you imagine?
Let me tell you what the contract themselves. Even to help them a little bit. Let me tell you something. Listen to the arrest agenda. There's the arrest agenda or general construction. Listen to the arrest agenda. What President Biden wrote himself that he unveiled to the Liberian people. There's a portion to say only an estimated 1,275 kilometer, that is 11.2%, are paid up from 745 kilometer in 2017 to 2018. The arrest agenda is saying that up to 2017-2018, from the time they took power, they paved 745 kilometer of road, out of 1,275 kilometer. This means that when you take 745 kilometer from 1,275, the CDC pay 530 kilometer of roads. That's what it means. Between 2018, 5,030 kilometers of road paved by the CDC. And this paved kilometer of road of 745 kilometers by the United Party, not just the United Party. That the total paved road of Liberia that they were talking about up to the United Party-led administration. So technically, when you take the United Party up, it means CDC pay more roads than them. And President Biden in the State of the Nation address today says they intend to pay 485 kilometers of roads. Then you contradict inside the area, pay 1,000 or some more kilometers of roads. 485. Ebi, can you imagine? In 6 years, and you want to compare yourself to CDC in 6 years? CDC says they have paid 530 kilometers of roads.
Right. Okay, General Moses, I agree.
Ebi, that thing will not stop on the road. I will show you again. Will not stop on the thing. Look at this. I employment there. Workers employment. The biggest employment in the history of the country.
I trust that. Yeah. So Winston, you can just open your eyes now. Yeah.
No, take the course for your end, AB. Go ahead.
You can take it from there. I have a line turning yet. That's what I'm saying. Take it from your end. Just announce the number.
Okay. 0777985. Representative Gray, please pin the WhatsApp number. You can put the course to 0777985. And the numbers to call and be a part of the show this evening. Let's go to the line and take this one. Good morning. Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Summer sitting and I joined the show from Jersey Road.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I listened to the analysis of the president's speech, where you guys made mention about the president's lies on his achievement. So I want you guys to do a competitive analysis of President William's lies when he said that Liberia was Miami, and Samuel said that he had placed over 20 million people out of poverty. And when Samuel also said that Liberia was supplying Africa with electricity. So compare those lies and see who are the best liars. Thank you for your show.
Thank you so much. And that's the reason why you came to power, to rescue. All of these things should be changed, and not justification. Good morning. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Lucas, and I call you from Magdalene County, Kagara, to be specific.
Go ahead.
I want to take this time to appreciate the studio guests and the panelists for the analysis. It is always said to lie is hard. It's hard than the government. The Unity Party came to governance by the way of lies, but the president is contradicting, and the voters are disappointed. They are disappointed. From the Sona address today, Joe Bwaka is not in control. But we will be patient. We will be patient. We will be quiet. The electrics will do the analysis, and at the end of the day, they will decide 2029 what is good for the Liberian people. Thank you very much for the show. Thank you for our financial experts, and we hope and pray that we hold together as a team for the betterment of this country.
Thank you so kindly. Let's take another one. Good evening.
Good evening, Chief.
Welcome.
Thank you. To the team, I call for the power of nuclear camp on the ACBI. The president is a complete disappointment to the Liberian people. Let me be clear. While the president agreed to this, the Liberian people are clear his son. I don't want the Unity Party to see the engage or CDC from the Unity Party. Because when you go in a market, they will tell you a couple of rest. CDC president and Unity Party president. Where the president has created 70,000 jobs, where is 70,000 jobs? Why the president has paid 400 kilometers? So the people just go and rent all the trash and put it in for President Baka, he say, come on, what happened to raise the Liberian people? So they may realize that it's serious, because a serious president will not be doing country to the people. We in the power and every time, why have we for the president? 3 years, 3 years running. Then the kind of message the president can be doing people. And people sit there and just do. But let me say, thank you to Honorable Craig. You know, Honorable Craig, they're fighting for the party. And today, tell God to listen to me. Honorable, CDC is owing you because you have fought. You are sure we are loyalty for the party. So I just want to hear the media to say thank you, General, and continue to be pushing because of the party. I see all kinds of people, and that's what they shot the social media, they shot you. Even hospital tour, they say all kinds of things. He said, I want to say thank you, Honorable Chris, and I appreciate your effort. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so kindly. We'll take two more, then we'll go to the US to take calls for good evening. Welcome.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello?
Please go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
My name from I'm Sherry. I'm calling from Sonamaga District from County, Pacific District. Yeah, my body has to do it.
Are you getting me? There? You getting me there?
Yeah, come here. Okay, I'll unmute you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're having small technical problem. It seems to be that our friend went out. But those who call in from the abroad, you want to call on WhatsApp, you can call +231 555 222 226. We are live on Kings FM, BANA FM, and we have our online platform. So Winston just went off on BANA FM 98.5. So you can keep calling in. Those who want to call on WhatsApp can call on +231 555 222 226. Yeah, Winston, you went off and we'll join you right back.
No, the calls are going through. Calls are going through.
Hello. Yeah, Winston, we got a caller here. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. You are live on the radio. Go ahead.
All right. So this is Sharif from Honor the Palava Home. And on information, we are also broadcasting this particular presentation live on all of our platforms.
Oh, thank you very much, Prince.
6 platforms, including TikTok.
Okay.
So let me first of all say thanks to all of the analysts. For today, what we've seen is the biggest deception ever of this government. It is now strange because from the very beginning or from the very inception of this government, when they were in opposition, they used lies, deception to find their way to the executive mansion. This was a man who promised the Liberian people that in 100 days, our roads will be pliable. Unfortunately, today, even the common man on the street can see that the 22 million that was allocated for pliable road, that particular amount was siphoned by this very government. Today, we are seeing in this very government that the Liberian people were promised that 10,000 young people were going to be trained. Today, we are yet to see a vivid report of the 10,000 youth that were trained and they were employed in this government. For this government to add insult to injury and tell the Liberian people in this zona that they have provided 70,000 jobs, exceeding the number that we already have. Even during the regime of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the number of people in our Liberian way that were working in the government, that government were paying, we say government record then. That Joseph Newman Burka is telling all the 12 years for President we are on a year that he has come to double. So there are 70,000 that Joseph Newman Burka already created the job for, according to him, plus the already 60+ thousand that we have. They mean we don't need to worry about job again in Liberia. But I believe the people who they took off the street, that is the motorcyclists, will respond to this deception by Mr. Burka. He talks about the issue of road, like you rightly intimated. Let's look at the road. For Mr. Burka to tell the Liberian people that he have paved almost about 8+% of the road, meaning totaling even what was even paved by the late or the slain President Samuel Kayode, coming down to even Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, to the excellent President Dr. George Manuel. So Burka is telling us that in this period of 2 years, he has exceeded it. That's a deception. But I want to end on this note by saying, and I don't want to leave this platform by saying, we are going to hold the authority of the CBC in very, very high extent because we believe that we have all of the capacity to adequately respond to this sooner. I know what we are doing now is just almost like a prelude of trying to dissect.
The party will respond tomorrow.
But again, we are expecting a very robust and a detailed response from the party. Thank you so much, Honorable Gray.
Thank you. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Ernest Kaki calling from Tulsa, Oklahoma, USA.
What's your contribution?
My contribution per se, but I'm just disappointed in our president. For a president of a country, who before someone walking to America, well, they told us that he had this experience of 50 or how many years experience in government to come on, on the international stage, because not only you guys in Liberia, but even we that in the US here, we have followed the speech. I was too embarrassed at my working side. I have some training. They were asking me, I just want to tell the president, he's not our brother and sister that are back home, even we are in the diaspora here. If the president will tell me he created 70,000 jobs, I call my family, I was joking there, I was just teasing them. I said, but then I don't think you people will be receiving, a little from us because your president, he's doing well for you now. If he create 70,000 jobs last year and then promising to, I think, create another 200 and some more thousand jobs for you guys, and I think, he's trying to take stress from us.
Okay.
So, President Burka, I'm very disappointed. You are a president. You are not taking care of whom? You are taking care of country. So, please, you need to stop this kind of bullshit lie. Thank you, God.
Thank you. Your name again?
Ernest Kaki, calling from Tulsa, Oklahoma, USA.
Thank you very much. Okay, Benedict just joined us. So Benedict will take maybe 2 more callers and then we'll give you ample time to speak maybe the next because most will soon be offset. you know, the other.
Yeah, you know, we're fighting as so many from Corey Wayne.
Yeah, I know, Benedict, don't say that. I know. I got your message. But Benedict, you can go ahead quickly, you know, we'll give you a few minutes because maybe the other callers will call in. Okay, but I'll give you a few minutes, then we can continue.
So generally, I kind of I was not surprised, but I was more than out of words to have heard what the president. I sent you something also about mathematics. I did a mathematics on the rules, for example. Just to tell you that the people who wrote that speech,
Benedict, let's take the caller, the person called directly.
No problem.
Yeah, hello? Yeah, can you be louder? Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Jeffrey. I'm calling from Texas.
Yeah, we listen to you. What's your contribution? Can you just be louder? I beg you, just elevate your voice.
Absolutely. Just quickly, I just wanted to chime in real quick. First of all, I want to thank you folks for this endeavor. I've always thought that the best way to carry apart this nonsense of a government that we have in the bureau right now would be to organize something like this, where we have the best of the CDC coming together on a continual basis, on a daily basis, and tearing this government apart. Because it's actually beneath us to even talk about what Joseph Boakai did today. The disgrace that we're facing as a nation, it's really overwhelming. And I hate to say it, because there are a few people in this government that I have some kind of respect for. Unfortunately, though, we have the least amongst us in power today. These people are chronically inept, irreversibly incapable to do anything. And the best thing now that CDC can do, because basically the ball is in your court as a party. The best thing that we can do now as a party is to organize ourselves, make sure we are putting out there the best amongst us on these kinds of platforms, and garner as much support as we can to tear this government apart. Because if we don't do it, these guys are going to succeed. The reason is very simple. We're dealing with a population, and that's us. We're one of the most gullible people on earth. Now, so because we're so gullible, these guys can be powered by lies. And now that their lies have actually caught up with them. The best way we can do is to have the likes of the Honorable Kairos Gray, Isaac Jackson, these kinds of people come together and really just keep this thing going. And that's the only way we can actually bring these guys in. Otherwise, Liberians, we're gullible, and these guys are going to continue to lie. Joseph Boakai has no clue what he wants to do. I mean, just look at the government. Just look at the makeup of the government. Boakai has no clue. But how people say because the man old, put him there. You see what's happening. Not all the time old age is a good thing. In this particular instance, he should have retired, and we should have been taking care of him like we did.
You can just conclude quick because we got other callers.
Absolutely. So my suggestion is, first of all, once again, Honorable Gray and the likes, I want to thank you guys for what you're doing. But I would suggest that we just be more direct about this and organize ourselves and put the best of CDC out there. People who are, I'm sorry to say, people who are eloquent, people who are charismatic, because these are the kinds of things that Liberians are carried by. A guy like a Kairos Gray and the likes. We need more of this out there. That's the only way we're gonna come
so
back.
Yeah, in
Otherwise,
conclusion, you say your name again and where you call from?
Jeffrey, I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, caller. This caller been on the line for a long time. Hello. Yeah, what's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Gabriel. I'm calling from District 17, Gabriel Man. Former Deputy Fire Service Director.
Okay. Oh, former Deputy Fire Service Director. Yeah, you have the privilege to speak. Gabriel, maybe in 2 minutes, please. So, okay. Yeah, we're getting you. We're hearing you. Just hold on. Yeah, we're listening to you. Just hold on. So, but we can find time to invite you so you can be able to explain these things because the time is not in our favor. And you, I can assure you that we invite you this coming weekend. We invite you this weekend, Mr. Man. We invite you other side of Sunday. I will call you and let you know tomorrow. You were the former fire service boss under the Weir-led administration. Am I correct? I was the former deputy for administration. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Man. We'll call you. I will call you. Okay. Hello. Thank you for your patience. Hello, yeah.
Hello, Honorable Gray.
Yeah. Hi.
Thank you so much for the show. I listened to you guys on Face the Issue, and I want to also thank my brother. Councillor Yelu. Councillor Yelu, I appreciate you so much. Now everybody from Nimba will try to pin us blind to President Weir that we are ungrateful people. For you to have been with President Weir up to now, saying his government came to an end, saying to your job, I appreciate you greatly, Councillor Yelu. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
We listen to that fool, liar, Boaka.
Oh no!
Look, Akaros, it's disheartening that our people in Liberia, that President we care for so much, that he tried to do something to improve their lives, to change the condition of our country, but choose to pay him back with ungratefulness that brought the criminal to power. It's so disappointing and disheartening. Look at what the people are telling us in our own faces. What is happening? That people are living with, people are saying it on the street corner every day. This morning, OKFM was interviewing people before the stolen could start. People blasting at the government, they're expressing their frustration. And Waka is telling the people the opposite of what they're living with. Is Waka telling us that he employs people, Liberian people, more than the number of people that are working for the Liberian government? Because we are told that the people that work for the Liberian government are like, I know, 65,000 or something like that. But what I tell you that he has employed, he has created 70,000 jobs.
Yeah. We have to stop here now because we got to let Benedict talk. We're running out of time. We're already out of time. I think the radio stations are off now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Benedict, please, let's give you like 4 to 5 minutes. We'll come back here next week, the weekend.
Yeah, I want to apologize that there was some cross-thing issue, Corin Wayne. So I think you guys have said, oh, I don't know where to start from, but I kind of like to let the Liberian people know that President Bouakai today presented a clear picture that the Unity Party just won the election on propaganda lies to the Liberian people. And the real issue they campaign on, I didn't hear about one in the speech today. I don't know whether people have talked about that. For example, they talk about drugs today. I didn't hear about drugs. Did he say anything about drugs?
He talked about drugs. Nothing much.
Nothing much. I didn't hear anything about harmonization, for example.
Oh no, he didn't.
I didn't hear about the war crime code, for example. Oh, Prince Johnson died now, right? So there's no war crime code. Where are we, my people? I didn't hear. Did I hear anything about prosecuting people for corruption? The fast track code, the corruption code. Did I hear anything about that? So, my people, one of the most disappointing things is that look at the road data. You know, we started preempting and we started posting some of the flaws in the data. Public Works posted something, I went against it, I posted. So they changed it and they put into percentage. So on regret, I did something about math. talking about map from the president's speech, right? It is estimated that Liberia has 13,000 road network in this country. So the president said he met 12% paved. He was simply saying if you take 12% of 13,000 is 1,560 kilometers, according to the president's speech. Yeah. Now he said he had increased it to 20%. When you take 20% of that is 2,600 kilometers. When you subtract it from what he said he had done, it means he has done 1,040 kilometers of road. My brother, Rolling Guinness need to be fired immediately.
That's why fast track who been checking people issue need to check this all night, and there's a strong argument you're propounding.
Oh, let me repeat.
I want you to repeat.
The president said they have moved the road pavement from 12% to 20%. You know, public work posted that they pay 100 and some more kilometers of road. We jump into that. It's not true. Yeah. So they're going to percentage. Mm-hmm. So they are going now and saw the road network. Public work SSA, we have at least 13,000 kilometers of road network in this country. So if the president said he met 12% paved, so I got told the 12% of 13,000, it means is saying 1,560 kilometers of road was paved when he took over.
It contradicts the arrest agenda.
It contradicts the arrest agenda. Yeah. But I hold his mouth. Then he said he had moved it by 20%. So I calculated 20% of 13,000. It went up to 2,600. So it means that up to today, 2,600 kilometers of roads have been paved in Liberia. So now I subtracted the 1,560 from the 2,600 to make up for the one he actually had paved, which is the 8%. The one he had paved, according to his record, is 1,040 kilometers of road. I swear, thunders will fire Rolling Guinness for putting that in the president's speech.
For me, it's not firing anybody. The president can lie. We got to be real with ourselves and stop this thing. Don't stop funny excuse for Joseph Boyka. Yeah, that's not funny excuse for him. But saying a minister, then he's just a guy. Okay, they get a speech to him. He knows about that. Everybody says so dummy near the president. Can you imagine? Everyone side for the president will say they have paved up to 20 kilometers of road. So when you take 12 from 20, when you take 12 from 20, that's like 8, right?
Yes.
Now 8%. So 8% of 13,000.
8% of 13,000. That's a simple math.
Simple math. 8% of 13,000 kilometers of road. So the president said he paved more road than Ellen and Joe we are combined in 1 year time, in 2 year time. The man can laugh. All the world is serious, but ready running all the time tonight. It's so
you're sorry, I came late. And the critical thing is, let me share one news with you.
Yeah.
The government information machinery not able us. This is my first time I'm hearing. Go to Clarence Jackson page. He's looking for people to discuss the sonar, but they can't find the government people. This is the first time I see, go to Clarence Jackson page. This is the first time I see Clarence Jackson looking for people to discuss sonar.
Yeah, we can. We may be ending the live. Let me see whether you can be talking.
Yeah, so thank you. We'll pick up from. I don't want to go back and to some of the things. Well, for example, on the economy, for example.
Yeah, we all the time, Benedict. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Garrison wants to say thank you to BANA FM. Want to say
thank you.
FM. Everybody, all of our listeners, our callers, our viewers want to say thank you. Have a wonderful night. We really appreciate it. We'll try our best to be back. We are here usually on Saturdays and Sundays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Saturday and Sunday. If the need arises at any point in time for all to come during the period of the week, to maybe when the CDC, after the CDC respond tomorrow, if possible, we will come back again. So we will let you know as to whether we appear tomorrow after the CDC respond. But thank you, Benedict. Thank you, Dodo. You call yourself Dodo, but you are Dodo by Dodo. Now your name that I give to you. Thank you, Garrison. We appreciate it. Have a wonderful night, Garrison. And this is how we go. Want to say good night to our people. Thank you very much for being there. We appreciate each and every one of you. This is how we conclude And this is how we close tonight. Thank you again. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for everything. Thank you for those who appreciated us and those who did not appreciate us. This is Liberia. Mama Liberia must remain one. Thank you very much.
I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go.